Ladies, Happy New Year. I'm so excited to be back on the podcast. And this is being recorded the very day it goes out. So if you normally listen on a Monday and you were like, where's the podcast on Monday? It's Wednesday today, but we're here. Better late than never. I am just in my soft, like slow girl energy. And it's funny because at the same time, it's like I'm so excited for 2024. I'm so excited for January. I'm a January baby. It's my 30th birthday on the 14th of Jan. And obviously, huge birthday, huge milestone. I actually feel like my year will begin on my birthday. So I kind of enjoy this period of really getting eased back into a routine, easing back into going to the gym again. I've joined the Pilates online classes that I've really wanted to be doing for ages. We're like back into meal planning and all the kinds of things that we know fall off when you're off over Christmas. And so work this week, I'm taking my sweet time. And this is a bit of a life update, but also like a bit of a declaration and permission slip for you for your new year. Because something that I've seen a lot online this week already is overwhelm. I've heard it from clients and I've seen people sharing this online. Do not allow yourself to feel overwhelmed by the new year. Do not allow yourself to feel like there is this pressure to get back on it and like rush. There are 365 days in a year, and there's actually 366 this year because it's a leap year. So, hello, extra 24 hours. What a little gift. Love that for us. Shout out to any leap year babies. Happy birthday this year on the 29th of Feb. I want to remind you that wherever you are right now in your life, you are right on time. You are right on time. And if I've learned anything from the work that I've done in manifestation, in life transformation, as a coach with the hundreds of women I've worked for, but also within my own life, within my own walking my talk of this work, the number one thing that I know to be true is that your timeline is your timeline for a reason. And it's not something that it's not something that any of us have full control over. Things are unfolding, magic is happening, amazing things are happening behind the scenes that are so invisible to you as a human with this plan of action and right, it's the new year, I need to do blah 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 blah. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to chat about that in a minute because it doesn't mean not, I'm not saying not to do that. Like I said, January baby, Capricorn, love it. But if I've learned anything, it's that life will continue to surprise you. It will continue to amaze you. It will continue to unfold in magical ways that you could have never predicted, that you could never have planned for. I was talking with a client last night and we were talking about her spirituality, and she was almost like wanting a plan of like how to move forward for herself. And one thing I reminded her of that I continue to remind myself of is like the universe or God has a plan for you that is better than your plan. And you don't need to know what that plan is. You don't need to know exactly how it's going to happen, exactly when it's going to happen, exactly what it's going to look like. Because all you truly need to know is what you are being guided to do next. So please take this moment whilst you are listening to this, whatever you are doing right now. Pause, breathe. Let's all take a deep breath together. Tune into your body, your heart, your spirit, your intuition. And I want you to really check in with yourself and ask yourself, how do I want to show up in January? And that might be a question you want to sit with. It might be something you want to journal about. I know for me, my answer to that question is easeful flow, slowness. It's prioritizing having fun and knowing that when I'm enjoying myself, that's when the magic happens. When I'm prioritizing pleasure, that's when the magic happens. That's when the goal is achieved. That's when the momentum is created. That's when the success is amplified. I had one of my best years in business last year, not from the surface level revenue number, not from that, from the profitability of my business, but also how I felt in my business. And the lesson here, and it's, this is not just for business owners or career, for career goals. This goes for everything. I didn't achieve that by focusing on the end result and putting pressure on myself and obsessing over it. I achieved it by taking it one day at a time and by being guided by something that was more motivational for me, more pleasurable than a number. And that's not to say that money isn't pleasurable. If you want a promotion this year, if you want to save some money this year, if you have a big purchase you want to make this year, like a new home or whatever, that's my goal. It's not about the end result. It's about how you are going to feel when you get there. So don't try to reach this goal where, oh, I want to achieve my promotion. I want to grow my business. I want to move into that home. I want to start dating again, whatever it is, because then that will make me feel relaxed, confident, successful, amazing, joyful, fulfilled, satisfied with life, blah, 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 like fill in the blank, right? However you are going to feel when you get your goal, that is how I want you to intentionally feel now as you are working towards it. And I know for me, when I think about how I want to show up to 2024, it's prioritizing a relaxed nervous system. It's prioritizing pleasure. It's prioritizing fun and joy. And allowing myself to receive the magic of life as we grow. The growth, the success, the goals, that's all going to happen as a natural byproduct of who you are being, how you are feeling, and how you are showing up. So I want you this week and every week for the rest of this year to be so intentional with you first. You go first. This is an inside out job with any goal in any area of your life. and be open to the magic. Be open to the magic that awaits you in 2024. So, all that being said, set your goals. I mean, I have a full framework to help you do this inside the sisterhood. And I forgot to say this right at the top of the podcast, but the sisterhood doors are now open and you can join us. You can get your first month for just £30 because it's my 30th birthday. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you a little treat, a bargain, a little gift, birthday gift from me. If you've been considering joining for a while, or if you've left in the past and you wanted to rejoin at some point, this month is the perfect month to do that because we are starting our New Year challenge on the 15th of January. So the doors will close on the 14th of Jan, which is my 30th. And then from there, the challenge will begin on Monday the 15th. So this is not the standard New Year challenge where we are going to be overstretching yourself, over giving, overdoing. This is about making self-care and success, like the momentum you want with your goals. One of my words for 2024 is momentum. I'll talk about that in a second. This is about making that sustainable, making it feel like you can move forward with your goals, you can get results, you can make progress in your career, your business, your financial reality, your health and well-being, your personal life, whatever it is that you are striving for this year, you want to create, you want to manifest, you can have that and you get to feel good whilst you're doing it. And you get to, like I was just saying, enjoy the unfolding of it intentionally rather than overstretch yourself, burn out, and be exhausted in the process. And that's actually going to help it happen way faster anyway. It's like if someone wants to, the classic example is when someone focuses on losing weight or wanting to fit in a certain jean size or whatever. That's not a sustainable goal for that person to focus on because they are focusing on something that essentially is negative. Whereas every single person you meet who is thriving in their health and well-being does not focus on that, does not focus on the number and on their dress size on the label or the number on the scale. They focus on the habits and the lifestyle and looking, just looking after themselves from a different perspective, a perspective of self-love, of self-respect, of really nourishing and nurturing themselves with foods that make them feel good, with movement that feels good. Whatever that aesthetic goal is, will happen as a byproduct for that person. And it's exactly the same with any other goal in business, in life, in money. When you focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally has that, it's going to happen anyway. So that's what this challenge is all about. It's about you. It's about you feeling good, you putting yourself first, you declaring what you are ready to receive this year and beginning to move forward with that in a way that feels fun, simple, sustainable, and is not going to take you hours and hours of time. Every single member who took part in the summer challenge that I did last year was so glad they did it because it was so easy to stick to. Like every single person was like, I'm so glad I did this. Thank you so much, Kat, for doing this. This is like one of the best things I could have done for myself. Someone who joined shortly after the challenge began said, this is the best time I could have joined because it's the perfect beginning to create that momentum for yourself. So like I said, if you have been on the fence about joining and becoming a member, please dive in. And if you are already a member and you're listening to this, I cannot wait for us to get started. So, like I said, it's £30. It's just £30 for your first month. And then even after that, it's only £1.50 a day, £44 a month. So, the most accessible way for us to work together. And it's an amazing community and membership. And I'm so super proud of it. So, the doors are open now. The link is in the show notes. I this is a bit of like a mishmash of a new year message, but also a life update. And I thought it'd be really nice to share my words for this year and why. So I could sit here and be like, these are my goals for this year. This is what I want to achieve. I think my words for this year are much more interesting for you to hear about. But if you are interested in hearing about my goals that I've set, what I'm manifesting this year, please feel, message me on Instagram and let me know, and I'll maybe do a separate episode on that. But my words for 2024 are momentum and flow. And momentum, I often will create I'll pick two words for the year, and one will be a masculine energy and one will be a feminine energy. And for some reason, I've done this, I want to say 3 years in a row, maybe 4 years in a row. Because I always say, word for the year, amazing, go for it. If you want to be cheeky like me and have two, go for it. Because I really like the yin yang element of the language like the energy that's infused into words. I feel like momentum is the energy I'm bringing to this year, in that momentum forward, moving forward, wanting to achieve goals, wanting to grow. Our life is going to completely level up this year. We are wanting to put our house on the market and buy a new home. That in itself is like a huge life-changing event that is going to happen. And that's going to come with so many upgrades for us energetically, obviously physically, like being in a bigger home, a brighter home, a more spacious home. Like I can feel my body, I can feel my nervous system going, oh, when I think about being in a space that is going to be more suitable for us and is going to inspire me. I'm so grateful for where we live. I'm so grateful that we own a home, and we've been able to buy our first home. And this home got us through lockdown. It was our safe haven, and it still is in so many ways. It no longer inspires me in the same way. And I'm ready to feel like I feel like I've up leveled so much in my personal growth, in our financial reality, both our careers, our goals, our vision. It's constantly expanding, and I'm ready for our environment to match that and to take that to the next level. So there's a lot of momentum in that, right? There's a lot of obviously action that is required to get that ball rolling. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, to move home. And most people listening to this have experienced it and will know it's stressful AF. So at the same time, I want to create that momentum in our life, and of course continue to create that momentum in my business. But I also really want to move forward this year with my health. And there's a lot of momentum in that. Again, there's a lot of upgrades in that. I want to really take my gut health and hormonal health specifically to the next level. I'm working with an amazing naturopath, and I'm going to be starting a gut health protocol after my 30th birthday because it involves minimizing alcohol. I'm going to stop drinking for a little while. And of course, your girl is going to be drinking some champagne on her 30th birthday. So that is going to happen. And I'm really excited to feel more energy. I feel pretty good now, but I know that I can feel better. And you know, when you're like, again, it's the same with the house. You can be grateful for where you're at. You can feel good where you're at. And at the same time, know that you want and deserve and need more. And that's okay. So that's where I'm at. Lots of upgrades happening this year. And of course, the momentum that has already been building in my business, I just want to continue that. I'm not really changing how I'm not really like setting completely, new, like bigger goals in my business this year. It's more of a continuation of the seeds that I planted and have been nurturing in 2023 in terms of community, in terms of clients' results, like my clients. I'm just going to blow my own trumpet for a second. My clients get insane results that sometimes blow me away at how much we can shift in like one session. Or like someone sometimes someone comes to like a sisterhood call and they'll DM me afterwards and tell me like it's changed their life and they've been able to achieve all these different goals and they feel amazing. And I'm like, from a membership that costs like a gym and what it would cost to go to the gym. Like sometimes that blows me away that people get to have that and that they've invested in working with me and we've created that momentum for them together. So with that, I just want to continue helping you, inspiring you, changing your life for the better every single week here on the podcast. But also, I would say, like, if you're on the fence about working together at all, this is the year to dive in because I really feel like everything is going to go to the next level. So if you get in now, you'll get like compared to when I need to raise my price in 6 months' time, in 8 months' time, you'll already be in, like you'll already have experienced it. So you'll be getting a discount because everything will have moved up and leveled up, but you'll already be in it. Like you'll already have experienced it. You'll already have felt the transformation for yourself. So strap in. We've got a journey ahead of us. And that is why my first word of the year is momentum. I love that I said I wasn't going to share my goals, but I've managed to weave it into the word. So momentum and flow. And this is what I mean when I say the balance of energy, because flow for me is feminine energy. And one of my biggest lessons from 2023 is when I'm relaxed and enjoying myself and working on what I call soul time, everything falls into place and everything flows. And moving into a year of my life where there's going to be lots of upgrades, lots of change, and potentially lots of things that will, one main thing that will activate my nervous system and potentially be stressful. I don't want to compromise on how I feel during that. I don't want to compromise on my well-being or feeling like I'm present for each moment or I'm relaxed and looking after myself or I'm feeling good in my body. And like I said, I'm really investing heavily into my health and well-being this year. And I want it all. I want the momentum, I want the success, but I want it in my way. I want it at a certain standard. And that standard for me is being present, feeling healthy, feeling energized, and feeling like it's flowing. I don't have to rush, I don't have to force. It's just unfolding. And to me, flow is the same. It's almost like flow is the same goal as it's the same direction, it's the same end result of momentum, but the energy of the words are completely opposite. So there is that drive, there is that determination, there is that fire and that like spicy, excited, like turned on, like buzzing New Year feeling. And there is also this softness, which I was speaking to at the beginning, where I feel like as a woman, we're lied to that we need to compromise and that if we're going to be successful, it's going to be detrimental to our relationship or to our dating life. We're told that if we want to focus on our personal life and be, an amazing partner or an amazing mom or an amazing dog mom or an amazing homemaker, whatever it is, that's gonna, we have to then sacrifice and compromise and not have a career. And I just say, fuck that shit to all of the above. I want to do it my way. And I want to feel soft. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel present. I want to feel like I can move, I can flow through my day slowly and intentionally, feeling juicy, feeling confident, feeling sexy, feeling feminine, and be present with my partner and be relaxed and cook a beautiful dinner for us in the evening or take the dogs out for a walk and take my time whilst building a hugely successful business. I am not willing to compromise on that anymore. And in the past, I've been, if you've heard about my journey with feminine energy, I've spoke about it a lot. In the past, I was very much all or nothing. So it would be drive forward, push, 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 work hard, work hard, work hard. Oh, exhaustion, burnout, right, need to fully reset, rest, switch off. And I feel like 2023 was the year where I was just laying foundations to really build a sustainable way of working, of living that felt good for me. And so I want to continue that this year, but it has to feel good. So momentum and flow are my words of 2024. And I'm excited for this year. I feel really good. And it's funny because that feeling of wanting to slow down, it's almost like it's not that I want to slow down and that therefore not do any work, right? Or not set goals or not make a plan or not, move forward. I almost feel like those two energies are like a team working together for a higher vision, a greater purpose, and it feels more aligned. It feels like I'm honoring both sides of myself rather than prioritizing one or the other, or thinking that that compromise needs to happen. So I will come on probably end of January, beginning of February to do another life update video because I turned 30 in January on the 14th. I feel like it would be so fun to share like 30 things that I've learned that I want to share with you, or 30 reminders for my from my 30th birthday or whatever. So that will be coming up. But I hope this has sufficiently satiated you, if both you were wondering where the podcast was on Monday, but also you enjoy the life update episodes. I know those are the episodes that I get the most DMs about. So I hope you enjoyed hearing about my plans for 2024, my intentions, my words. I would love to hear what your words are. If you are easing into the year and you want some structure, you want some accountability, you want some support to achieve, to receive and experience everything I've spoke about in this episode, that feeling like you are prioritizing yourself without compromising on the progress you want to make with your goals, or without it taking hours and hours of your time. You want it to feel simple, you want it to feel sustainable, and you want to feel good. You want to feel good whilst you are moving forward this year. The sisterhood is the place for you to be. So our New Year Fabulous You challenge is a 6-week New Year challenge. It starts on the 15th. You get a weekly activity every single week, which will be a self-care mindset or manifestation resource for you to use for that week. So it's just one thing a week. It's super easy to stick to. You'll easily be able to do it for the whole 6 weeks. It's not something that's going to overwhelm you at all. It's actually designed to remove overwhelm and have you feeling really good and really focused and energized and relaxed and confident and all those other juicy, amazing things you want to feel in the new year. But you also, when you sign up, you'll see as soon as you join, there's a welcome pack, and that welcome pack will link out to a few different things. We've got some beautiful daily rituals that I've chosen for you to do that are just, again, going to have you feeling a 10 out of fucking 10 every single day. You also will have access to my year in review masterclass, along with all the other masterclasses you get in the sisterhood. But as we're focused on the challenge, year in review is helping you reflect on 2023 and set your goals for 2024. So there's a full framework. There's even a 2-hour call that we did in December. So if you just did that 2-hour session, you would come away from that feeling so good about how far you've come already in 2023 and so clear on where you are headed in 2024. So don't feel like, oh my God, like I don't know what I want to do this year. I've not done my goals yet, and it's the 3rd of January. There's no rush because it's all there ready and waiting for you when you are ready. So the reason we're starting on the 15th is so you've got 2 weeks to really ease into your year, to get back into work, to get back into your routine, to start those things like I was saying, like getting back to the gym, or making sure things are in order and you feel prepared, you feel ready to move forward in a way that's going to feel really good. So join now, because you'll have access straight away to your welcome pack. You can set your goals, you can enjoy easing into the year, and then we will kick things off and keep that energy and momentum going from the 15th. And just a reminder, you get your first month for 30 quid, or you can join for the whole year for 300. So it's 30% off your first month or your first year. I forgot to mention that before, but the annual subscription, if you're really serious about this year, is an incredible option, because obviously insane value The membership has not been that price for a long time, so that's so heavily discounted, and you are locked in then for a full year of support. If you don't know, you get monthly Manifest Your Goals calls in the sisterhood and sister circle calls, which are beautiful energy healing, inner work mindset support, community support calls. It's different every month depending on our theme, but in the past we've done breathwork sessions. There's more breathwork sessions coming up in the challenge. I've done all different kinds of unconscious mindset reprogramming tools, EFT, community breakout rooms. Like, there's so much that we do in those calls. So you're going to be locked in for a full year of all that support and accountability, monthly Manifest Your Goals calls to actually continue the momentum you've built in the challenge and with your 2024 goals. So that's an amazing option if you're really serious and if you want to just dive right in. But of course, if you just want to do the challenge with us, there's no, you can cancel anytime. You're not locked in to an extended contract period or anything like that. So if you just want to join us for the challenge and get started, and that's you, then that's amazing too, because you're still going to get so much value from that. So with all that said, I am sending you tons of love. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so glad to be back. And I will see you next week for another episode. And if you're joining us in the sisterhood this month, I'll see you in the New Year Fabulous You challenge. I'm so excited. Speak soon, loves.